We've all heard the story.
We know the story.
Daddy taught jumpers.
We know. Daddy taught jumpers.
Not the size for the NBA.
Not pro size.
Too small for the league.
180 pounds soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
That's old.
That's old. Old news.
Chef. Genius. Pocket full of dimes.
Pocket full of dimes.
Magic man. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Boring.
Video game mode.
2K mode.
God mode.
MVP.
Not once.
MVP.
2 times.
Unanimous.
Old dude. 73 and 9 and no ring.
Miss Championship?
Miss Championship? That's fresh.
That's new. That's interesting.
Now make that old.
He mad now. I'm mad
A
now.
man now.
It's all good.
Now make that old.
And welcome to Enough with the BS podcast. Thank you for wherever, however you may be listening. Remember, you can download the show on iTunes, iHeart, and now the Stitcher app. My name is Tyler Butler, and this here to the right is my right-hand man, Josh Smith. Josh, what it is?
Yes, sir, man. I'm here, man.
How was the week?
Same old. You know, this is the best part of the week right here.
I agree. I look so forward to this,
Especially
like, every single week.
with the NBA.
Yes. Today is going to be an NBA show. We're going to get into it shortly. But got some new news to share with you guys. Now, as I previously informed most of you last week that I'm going to be interning for ESPN Upstate. Now, and with just a quick plug, but I'll be on Straight Up with Sturge mostly every Tuesdays at 6:30. Featuring Price Atkinson, Josh Phillips, and of course Mark Sturgis. But now you can actually see what we're talking about here on Enough with the BS podcast on the ESPN Upstate blog.
Okay.
That's right. I'm bringing the podcast. I'm bringing all you guys, Podcast Nation, to ESPN Upstate. I will be writing a blog for them each and every week. I don't know about what, but all I know is, whatever I write, it's just like the podcast. It's going to come to them live and direct.
Straight up.
I can't change. I don't know any other way. But that's how we're going to do it. But Josh, man, anything before we break into the show?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I remember when I sent you a text, I'm like, hey, we're going to do all NBA this week.
Yeah.
And you was like, yeah, let's bring it.
I'm so ready. This is my favorite sport. Basketball is my favorite sport. I'm not going to do the rest, but you know that song. But, yes.
Yeah, no, we're not going to touch on that at all. We're going to leave football out of this today.
Yeah. Football is, Panthers got to win. I guess my rant inspired the boys to go out and get one.
Yeah,
but
I wonder if they heard that, because that rant was absolutely epic.
I mean, they needed it. That front seven came to play today.
They showed up.
So I'll take
How
that.
did the corners look?
I mean, they looked great because we were killing Carson Palmer. They looked awesome.
I tell you what,
He was scared.
let's totally get off the NFL because this will be our all NBA show for today. We're getting you guys ready for the season. We're going to discuss every single team in the NBA. I mean, starting from the Cleveland Cavs all the way down to the woeful Utah Jazz. So,
Woeful?
you know, those of you in Utah that are Utah fans, which are
Utah, you will be a good team. You
which
will
are probably
be in the playoffs. I said it. Yep, I said it. Utah will be in the playoffs.
How?
They almost made it last year. If it wasn't for the great Kobe Bean Bryant dropping 60 points on their head, they would have made it.
Utah's going to the playoffs.
Yes, they are. Quinn Snyder. Is his name Quinn? I think it's something Snyder. It's Quinn, whatever his name is.
That's your boy from Duke, ain't it?
Yeah. He was a Laker assistant.
Yeah.
He was a Duke assistant. The man can coach. And he's going to coach some boys up. Rodney Hood is a serviceable, fringe, borderline all-star.
Rodney Hood.
Gordon Hayward.
All-star?
Yeah.
Rodney Hood made the All-Star team?
I said borderline.
Borderline.
Borderline, yes.
Was he close of getting voted in?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't
He's
remember
got
that.
good all-star-esque stats. He's a 6'7", 3-and-D, but he can score, you know? And you got Gordon Hayward, and then I don't like that Dante Exum guy. I think he was a wasted draft pick. But it's too young and too early to tell. But Utah will be a playoff. And then Gobert is like 9 foot tall. They're going to make the playoffs.
So,
and Snyder's a great coach.
We haven't even got to the Utah Jazz, but obviously Josh is
Yes.
liking the Jazz.
I do.
And
My Utah peeps.
wow.
Yeah.
Utah, I can't give you no love. I'm sorry.
I
Not
got
yet.
your back, Utah.
But before we actually start to the show, I just want to set the record straight right here and right now. This is not the NBA on TNT. This is not the NBA on ABC. This is Enough with the BS podcast, which means we're going to be critical on certain players.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're going to be critical of teams. You might not like it.
Yeah.
The teams might not like it. I don't even know if it'll get to them. But this is just what we do here. We're sponsor free. We can say whatever the hell we want to.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you're a Clipper fan, you want to go ahead and fast forward. If you're a Dwight Howard fan, you're going to want to go ahead and fast forward. If you're a Jeremy Lin fan, Lin Sanovich, probably want to go ahead and fast forward. I'm not going to be nice to those guys. But we're going to start. What we're going to start at?
Let's. I'll tell you what.
I'm just letting them know.
We're going to go by division.
Okay.
Since we're here in the South, let's start with the Southeast.
Okay, great.
So what are we going to do throughout this whole show is, we're going to predict who we think going to win a division, what's like the biggest storyline coming out of the division, and who's the worst team in the division.
Okay.
If we're going to pick a winner, we might as well pick a loser. I just feel like that's only right. Wu-Tang, man. We got Wu-Tang in the background. It's putting me to sleep.
Oh, wow.
You like this?
I mean,
You can rock with the Wu?
I guess.
I like Jizza, though. It's one of my favorite producers. Maybe I just need to hit a Wu.
You might have offended some people there. If you saying this Wu-Tang is putting you to sleep.
I love Wu, man, but these instrumentals are kind of...
Find something else. Let's
Kinda
see.
soft
What
here.
you got here?
This is Capadonna. Okay, I kind of like it when I stop talking.
Let's see. I say let it rock. We can switch it up. This is gonna be a long show,
It is.
so we can switch it up.
Okay,
I can
we're
roll with that.
gonna stay right here on the Wu. So, we're gonna kick everything off in the Southeast Division because we are in the South.
Okay.
Let's start with ATL, shout it. So, pretty much their biggest pickup acquisition is, of course, Dwight Howard, the hometown
pickup.
hero.
The biggest pickup.
That was their biggest pickup. I mean, I don't see anyone else that they picked up.
Picking up some.
The rookies,
Extra
in my
baggage.
opinion, are not impressive.
No.
But they lost Al Horford, and they also lost Jeff T when they traded him to the Pacers. My question for you, Josh, is how does Dwight fit with this team? Because they run a San Antonio type offense, so
He fits
Horford,
terribly. Like
terrible. Whoa.
he does every other team
Off
he's
the
been on.
back. Let's get it.
I mean, just being honest. Like you said, they run an offense which is not really going to be centered around him. Like the only time he succeeded was in Orlando when Stan
the focal
Van
point.
Gundy. Exactly. Stan Van had shooters everywhere. At the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, everywhere. It's not like that for you anymore, Dwight. And he used to be a beast on the boards and blocks,
Well,
a defensive player.
He had 19 rebounds open tonight.
Who do they play?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
I do not.
Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, he's just not as like. I don't think he's engaged when he's not touching the ball. He's just, especially in Houston, he just quit on the Rockets last year. Straight up.
Oh, he absolutely quit on that.
Straight
team.
up.
Absolutely.
Straight up
Gave
quit on
up
the
on
Rockets. He quit on the Lakers. That last game we got eliminated. He just got ejected. He just quits everywhere he goes. He just quits. And Atlanta, he's eventually going to quit on you two.
Wow.
Yep. So, I don't like his fit. I don't think he fits in anywhere in the NBA, to be honest. But
Atlanta
whatever.
they were one of the top teams in the East last year. Do they take a step back with Dwight?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Currently, they're
definitely.
undefeated. I think they're at 2-0.
I do. The coaches, they got a good coach, but I just don't think they're gonna. I mean, for me, the East is like it's like Cleveland and everybody else. You know, it's just
And you're right.
a lot of these teams
No.
make these moves, and I don't really see any of it helping.
When I look at Atlanta, I say, okay, you lost Horford and T, and you added Dwight. You didn't take any step backwards, but you didn't really take any step forwards either.
No, yeah, they
You
kind of
just-
stagnant.
Yeah, you just stood still almost.
Yeah, and I mean Horford for Howard, that's kind of like a wash. I would say, I guess, being realistic about it, it's probably a wash. I mean, I think them losing Carroll a couple years ago, DeMari Carroll.
Oh, that was a huge loss. for them.
And like
Huge.
I guess Kent Bazemore is the new.
Talk
DeMar-
about Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper, yeah.
Yeah, Chance the Rapper.
Kent is the new
oh,
Carroll.
he's so overrated to me.
Who are you, Chance?
Yeah,
I mean,
not the actual rapper, but Bazemore.
Bazemore, okay. I was about to say, yeah, I kinda
No,
agree
he's
with you on
Shot
that
Town,
shit.
man.
Okay.
I like Chance the Rapper.
Yeah, I mean, he played for the Lakers one like a half a year. He just shot it and just shot the ball until he couldn't anymore. But I mean, Atlanta, like you said, they're just there.
Even
4, 5 seed, 5, 6 seed, maybe some 4 through 6. They'll fall somewhere between there just because it's the East.
4 through 6. I agree with you. On to the second team in the Southeast Division, close to home, the Charlotte Hornets.
Okay.
Now, Charlotte picked up. Well, let's go with losses first. They lost Al Jefferson. They lost Courtney Lee. And they lost, even though you already bashed him at the beginning of the show, but he was key to that team, Jeremy Lin.
Yeah.
Jeremy Lin had some big games for Charlotte last year, but he's out the door. And the replacements, Ramon Sessions and Courtney Lee, I figure that's a wash.
I mean,
Roy Hibbert supposed to take the place of Al Jefferson.
he did all right the other night.
And-
I was shocked.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did. And then you have Marco Bellinelli, who came in.
Yeah.
Supposed to give them more shooting off the bench.
Yeah.
So one of my biggest questions I have out of Charlotte, will the loss of Al Jefferson hurt the Charlotte Hornets?
I mean, they pretty much replaced everybody they lost with comparable players. So, I mean, Roy Hibbert, I don't know how, but he had like a double-double the other night. I think he was hurt was it yesterday they played the game? I watched it. I think he was hurt. He didn't play, but Roy had a double-double. That's Al Jefferson. Can't shoot like Al Jefferson, but Courtney Lee, you got Marco Bellinelli. Wash to me. I mean,
What about
I
the
would
loss?
say Marco might be better
I'm
than
telling
Courtney Lee.
you, the loss of Jeremy Lin,
Nah,
he was so big for them last year.
Ramon Sessions can do what Jeremy Lin did. Probably,
I don't know.
He can.
I don't.
He can
Jeremy
do it.
Lin was so big for them last year. When Kemba went down, Lin was kind of the star of the team. He really was.
I mean,
Lin carried the Hornets at time last year.
I
That is
just
a
don't think he's that
huge
special.
loss for Charlotte.
I don't think he's that special. He's okay.
Yeah, only
And I
you
mean,
and Carmelo
I'm not
think
paying
that.
him. Yeah.
Only you and your boy, man.
Bello was just a little
Jeremy
jealous,
Lin
you
is not a
know.
bomb, man. He's not
Yeah,
a bomb
I never
at all.
said he was a bum, but I mean, he was coming off the bench. I mean, it wasn't like he was starting and
Right.
dropping 30 and 10 assists every night. He's decent. He's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pay him $50 million over 2 years like Brooklyn's doing, and
Do you believe?
you know
with
Michael
the,
Jordan ain't paying him that money.
What about the contract that they gave your boy Batum?
That's fair.
Batum got
is
paid.
Yeah, that's fair. You give that to Batum. You can't lose him. And I mean, they got what's his name? He played for UConn.
Lamb. Jeremy
Jeremy Lamb. He's gonna play more. They got your boy. I forgot one of the Zeller kids. Which one is it? Was it the one in North Carolina or the Indiana one?
Indiana Zeller.
Okay, yeah, they
Cody.
got he's supposed
Cody
to be
Zeller.
better. Yeah, they got Zeller. So, I mean, they're going to get these young guys. And then Kaminsky, I mean, I think, like you said, they're kind of maybe upgrading a little bit. I mean,
Upgrade.
yeah.
Possibility. Because when Al went down last year to injury, they had a